All right, for the next one, we are going to make a glow-in-the-dark opal flake shimmer pen. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So we've got our Maker Flow barrel here and some opal pigment flakes. You guys are going to love this. We're going to use a 1/4-inch dowel rod with some blue painter's tape wrapped around it, just like we did for the last one. We're going to go ahead and take our sublimation barrel and put it down onto that painter's tape so it's nice and snug. You want it nice and even. And we're going to use this to hold the pen barrel while we are coating it with the opal flakes. Now, this is a glow-in-the-dark pen barrel. It's really hard to tell from here, but when you have your UV lamp, you can charge it using your UV lamp and you'll be able to see the glow. And I'll show you that after we are done making this together. So I use a file folder for this just to keep the mess to a minimum, but you guys can do whatever it is that you would like to do to keep that mess to a minimum. I will warn you, these opal flakes, they are actually pigment flakes. They are not the mylar flakes that you see around. It is not glitter, so it's not polyester. This is actually pigment, so it's a lot easier to manipulate and a lot easier to work with. You don't have to do a lot of sanding, you don't have to do prep with it. It's just a lot more simple when it comes to trying to come up with something different for your pens to give it that shine and dimension without all of the labor involved in that. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have some tweezers out, I've got my finger cots ready, I've got my pen barrel ready, and I've got my skim coat. So we are going to first put one coat down the barrel here. And using your finger cots, I like to use my finger cots over my gloves just so I can keep everything clean. We're just going to go and one direction. We are going to spread that skim coat over this lovely glow-in-the-dark pen barrel. Again, you'll notice a little bit of texture to it. That's how you know it's a glow-in-the-dark, but other than that, it really is very similar to the white sublimation. So you kind of got to make sure you're using the right one. That's why we bagged it separately. Now, you can use tweezers if you want to do spotty pigment, but we are actually going to I'm just going to dump a little bit on here and we're going to kind of work it into the resin. Now this is called Roses. This is our newest pigment flake. You guys are going to get to try it here. It is awesome to work with. This is what it looks like. And now we're going to work it into the resin here. It's so pretty. Love this. Now you can see how it's breaking up really easily. So you don't have to sand it to break it up. It's pigment. So it's obviously going to just kind of do its thing. And what I do is I just pick up a little bit that I spilled and I will dab that on. This is such a simple pen, you guys. Lays really nice and flat. Just turn your pen barrel back and forth a couple times and then go ahead and put your crafting clamp on here, your dowel rod holders, and put it in your lamp for about 2 minutes. Rotate it halfway and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so this is fully cured already. And I want you guys to see what it looks like now and with the lights off. And there is what it looks like with the lights off. So it looks like a glow-in-the-dark pen, only when you turn the lights back on, you have this beautiful shimmering textured look to it, and it's fully cured. And the beauty of it is, you guys, you do not have to sand this. You do not have to do a second coat either unless you really want to, depending on what you feel. But this is super smooth and it's ready to put right onto the pen.